Good afternoon, Michael. My name is Brianna.
Hi, Buena.
I'll just shortly introduce myself. I'm one of the student social workers here at the Nelson Community Center. And yeah, today I will spend some time just chatting with you. Um, Before we just started, I just want to ask you if you're familiar with confidentiality.
I worked in healthcare, so I know a little bit about it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But I just have to mention you, as I said, I'm a student. I mean, today what we're discussing here, I will have to share with my supervisor. Just, that I check, did I, do, just to consult with them and yeah, if is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
And I will also take some notes, but you can go over the notes whenever, you feel so, and I can, share to you. And if you see I made any mistake or anything, like, please feel to correct me, and my spelling or anything.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Now, did you have any issues finding the place?
I just have been under a lot of stress at the moment. I just recently lost my phone. My phone was stolen and my wallet and a lot of my belongings. And like I found the place just fine. It's just my mind's in a different place with everything going on.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so sorry. Would you like any cup of tea or coffee or anything that maybe any food or anything?
I'm all good at the moment, thank you.
Yeah, sure. Please feel to feel to ask any break or any time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no worry. I know you mentioned some things that which happened to you. Do you want just to tell me a bit more about yourself and your situation at the moment?
So I recently, in the last 6 months, I become homeless.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my job and like all sense of like stability in my life, and it's just been really hard, and everything has been like kind of a domino effect of things going wrong. Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You mentioned you lost your job. Can you tell me a bit more about your job and?
Yeah, so I used to be in the medical field, and I recently lost my license because I have drug addiction, and because in the like working in the hospital, I had a lot of access to medication, and that kind of enhanced my problem, and I started like taking medication from work, and then my supervisors found out, and then I lost my job and I lost my license, and everything happened from there. Yeah.
Oh, must be very hard for you. I'm very, very sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Now, can you you mentioned a couple of things that you lost your working rights as a doctor, and that because of drug abuse. Um, can you tell me a bit more about what happened exactly at your work, and how that affected you and your feelings, and how you felt in that moment?
It was really hard. I worked so hard for my degree, and to get where I got to, and then it felt like when everything happened, it fell apart so quickly that I didn't even realize how bad everything was going until it was too late. It was just a really hard time for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I believe it was hard. Now, Michael, there is hard things for you and hardship happening now at the moment. I'm interested to have any support of friends, family, and partner.
I have my sister, and we don't always get along, and there's always challenges. But
Okay.
at the end of the day, she's someone who I can really count on. And before I came here today, I called her and told her about everything that happened, me losing my belongings, and she said that she'd be happy to let me stay at her place for a couple of weeks to just get on my feet, and so that I have somewhere safe to stay.
I'm very glad you mentioned that, because one of my concern was that just for you to say place to find, and because you did mention at the beginning that all your belongings were taken, and yeah, I just was concerned if you have some support, on that behalf. I'm very glad to hear that your sister can provide you for the time, to just not be on the street. And yeah, especially now Canberra is very cold.
Yeah.
Winter in Canberra
It's very hard
Yeah.
at the moment.
Now, Michael, you mentioned losing your license and everything. Can we, explore a bit more about it, and how you felt? And
So I lost my license now. It's going to be barred now for a couple of years,
okay,
and that means that I can't practice.
Yeah.
And all my job prospects really in that field are gone.
Okay.
I also have a this all this the stuff that happened. I was criminally charged, so I have a 3-year good behaviour bond, which means that I have to go to drug rehabilitation. So it's just been a lot of pressure on me to get back on my feet, and also it's really hard to have a job at the moment when everything that I've ever done I can't do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I can just imagine, the feeling study hard and going through university, going through degree, and yeah, just must be very tough on you. You mentioned because there are criminal charges against you, and that you mentioned rehabilitation. Did you maybe go for groups or?
I did go. I have gone for a bit, but it's very hard when I'm living on the street and I don't have a safe place to stay permanently at the moment.
Yeah.
And so that interacting with my life, I find it hard to just get to the rehabilitation. And I know I have a lot of work to do, and this is something I need to do to get back on my feet and rebuild my life. But in the situation I'm in at the moment, it's just hard to make the first step.
Yeah, I understand. Let me just clarify. I just don't want to misunderstand or anything. Because unfortunately, you ended up losing your job and ending on the street. But there are some criminal charges which they suggest for you to go on rehabilitation groups for your abuse of drugs. But at the moment you find it hard being homeless and all other pressure which you're having. Yeah, I do understand. Now, Michael, I would like to hear more, about your life, previous life, when everything how, when everything was okay, when you had your job, and
before everything happened recently,
okay.
I had a partner,
Okay.
and he and I used to live together. And after everything happened and my life kind of fell apart, I made quite a few bad choices, and in the process it hurt him a lot, and I felt like I wasn't being the best version of myself for him. And I know he really cared about me, but for his own well-being, and he had to kick me out of our place. And that was losing him was a big part of everything that happened. Also, that was one of the things that hurt the most, really.
Yeah, I do understand. It's sometimes it's hard when you have that big support of someone in your life, and it just in one moment just everything just crash.
Yeah, that's definitely how it felt.
Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Now, Michael, we did mention, and you told me a couple of issues which are now happening in your life. Can you tell me more about being a homeless and being on the street? How do you support yourself? I know you said you have a sister who's very supportive, but
before today, I didn't really turn to my sister. I was a bit scared to ask for help.
Okay.
And I've just kind of been doing things on my own, and it's really hard to make money and really hard to find a job, so I kind of got into sex work, and that's been part of my income. But at the moment, losing all my stuff has made everything seem really scary at the moment, and that I don't know how much longer I can like live in this life and live on the street, because it's so tiring and so hard with everything that's happened.
Yeah, it must be, even just through your, through your story and through your, it's just, how did it make you feel? Like,
Everything kind of feels a bit hopeless at this point. Like,
okay,
a lot of the things in my life have fallen apart. I still have hope for rebuilding and everything, but it's just everything's so overwhelming with the things I have to deal with and how far I have to get back to where I was.
I want to tell you that even I can hear you have that hope, and you're willing to do the change of things. It's really important.
Yeah.
And I want to say that you're doing a great job regarding to that. It seems like you have to start again from beginning, but and every beginning is hard. I think you're still doing a great job. First coming here.
Thank you. It was a really big step to come.
Yeah, that's a very big step. And as I can hear from you, you actually realize your things which happen, and what everything led you to here, and put you in this situation, which is really great and very important.
Yeah, it's just had a lot of time to reflect on everything that's happened and how I want things to be different.
Yes. Yeah, and being safe, and going back onto, that's important.
Yeah.
Important having, and you should be very proud on yourself.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now, Michael, it happened that you lost your clothes and everything, and you mentioned you're going to your sister for, do you know maybe for how long you can stay at her place, or?
I think like a couple of weeks we could figure that out. Okay. I also just don't want to put too much pressure on her. I really look for something else. I don't want to be like a weight in her life. I know she's doing a lot to help me, and I really appreciate that, but I don't want to be too much for her.
Yeah, I do understand that feeling too. Sometimes just giving pressure to families just make you like a burden too.
Yeah.
But it's very good that she wants to help you and accept you as emergency at the moment. And because I know you don't have any clothes and anything, I will talk with my supervisor just after we finish our session, and I think the organization can provide you some clothes, and maybe if you need blanket or something, but I believe your sister would have, but any emergency things which are necessary now.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem at all. Did you, now I'm again going back on, but did you had a contact with your partner from the time you broke up? How long did that happen?
That happened 6 months ago.
Okay.
So we haven't talked since I left. Well, after I was kicked out, we haven't spoken. Yeah. I just don't really want to go. I don't want to try and rebuild anything with him at the moment until I kind of work out what's going on with my life. And he told me basically that he'd be willing to work things out, but I needed to first take care of myself and work out what was going on with my own life.
Yeah, sorry for bringing up that again, but just
No, it's all good. I really appreciate that, and I would like to work things on further, but I think the first step would be the changes in my life.
Okay, yeah. If we already, you touched that point, but what would you say as we will have to make some goals and make some plan and just to know from where to start and how to deal with all the things unfortunately which are happening now in your life. Can we just put some prioritizing? It is, I would like to hear from you.
I think, like, even though I'm gonna be with my sister for a couple of weeks.
Okay.
I really look to have like permanent housing,
Yeah.
or something that I feel safe to live, and like a roof, quite permanent roof over my head.
Yeah.
I also would like to, I think, make some steps to like help with my drug addiction and
Okay.
make changes to my life. I feel like though housing is the most important thing, because when I'm on the street, that's when a lot of problems happen for me, and I get into a lot of bad situations. So when I'm like removed from that, it would really help me.
Yeah, I do understand what you mean. Yeah, having just environment more better for you and more safer and good beginning. Yeah, I do understand. Because I have all the notes and everything here, and how can I make contact with you for a new appointment, and when is if you would like to meet with me, of course, again, and when will be suitable for you? Is it okay tomorrow?
Yeah, that's all good. Because I lost my phone,
Yeah.
I don't have a number, but I'm sure my sister will let me borrow her phone. I can give her number to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Michael, I want to say that we make some notes and I wrote some details here which I will discuss with my supervisor, and we can go over again together, and I will come with some plans which we can work. As I mentioned, you made a big step, and you should be very, very proud that you came here today, and you just open yourself, and with so many issues, if I can say it like that, sorry, like are happening now, that it's brave of you.
Thank you so much.
And for the clothing, sorry, and if you need anything else, we can make a list, and I will just go. You give me some minutes, and I will go and discuss with my supervisor. And for tomorrow appointment, I will just contact you and let you exact time what would be, if this.
That would be good. Thank you.
Yeah, I will maybe let you know in a couple of hours.
Okay.
I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Michael, for coming to